My brother's wife called me a freeloader and demands that I stop asking her husband for money. She didn't know I own the company her husband works at, and I sign his paychecks. I built my company when I was 24. That was 9 years ago. The company now has over 60 employees, 3 warehouse locations, and contracts with retailers in 4 states. I don't talk about it. I don't wear expensive clothes. I drive a truck I bought used 5 years ago because it runs fine, and I like it. My brother Fitz is 4 years younger than me, and I gave him a job at my company 3 years ago when he was struggling to find stable work. I brought him in as an operations coordinator, and he turned out to be great at it. Within 2 years, I promoted him to regional manager overseeing one of the warehouse locations. He earns a solid salary with benefits, and he earned the promotion on his own merit. I didn't hand it to him, he worked for it. But I gave him the opportunity, and we both know that. At the company, Fitz goes by his full name, and most of the staff doesn't know we're related because we have different last names. I took our mother's name when I started the business for personal reasons, and Fitz kept our father's. The only people there who know we're brother and sister are my operations director and my accountant. That's how I wanted it, and Fitz respected it because he didn't want people treating him differently either. Last year, Fitz married a woman named Audra. I was happy for him. Audra worked in pharmaceutical sales, and from what Fitz told me, she was driven and independent, and came from a family that valued status and professional achievement. The first time I met her was at a dinner Fitz hosted at his apartment a month before the wedding. I showed up in jeans and a flannel shirt because I came straight from the warehouse where I'd been helping unload a late shipment. Audra looked at me when I walked in, and the first thing she asked was what I did for work. I told her I was in packaging. She asked if I worked at a warehouse. I said yes. She nodded and didn't ask a follow-up question. That was the first sign. The wedding was small and nice, and I paid for the catering as my gift to Fitz. I told the caterer to send the invoice directly to me and to not mention it to anyone. Fitz knew. Audra didn't. After the wedding, I started seeing Audra at family dinners about twice a month. Each time, her attitude toward me got a little worse. At the second dinner, she asked me if I was still at the warehouse. I said yes. She asked how long I'd been doing that kind of work. I told her a while. She looked at Fitz, and then back at me, and said it must be nice having a brother who helps out. I told her I wasn't sure what she meant. She said Fitz told her he helped me out sometimes, and she just wanted to make sure I was getting on my feet. Fitz wasn't in the room when she said this. I didn't correct her. I just ate my dinner. The next month, she made a comment at the table about how people who don't invest in their careers end up stuck in the same place forever. She looked at me when she said it. My mother was sitting right there, and she gave me a look because my mother knows exactly what I built. I shook my head slightly, and my mother stayed quiet. The month after that, Audra told Fitz in front of me that they needed to stop lending me money. I had never borrowed $1 from Fitz in my life. Fitz looked confused and told her he didn't lend me money. She told him she saw a transfer in their account to a name she didn't recognize and assumed it was going to me. Fitz told her that was his car insurance auto payment. Audra didn't apologize. She just moved on to another topic. Then, at Easter dinner, Audra sat across from me and told me about a job opening at a distribution center near her office. She said the pay was decent and that it might be a step up for me. She said she could put in a word with the hiring manager if I wanted. She was offering to help me get an entry-level job at someone else's warehouse while I owned a company with 60 employees and 3 locations. My mother put her fork down. I told my mother it was fine. I looked at Audra and told her I appreciated it, but I was okay where I was. Audra told me that being okay with where I was might be the problem. 2 weeks after Easter, I got a call from Fitz. He sounded stressed. He told me Audra had been pressuring him to cut me off financially. He told her again he wasn't giving me money, but she didn't believe him. She told him she thought he was hiding payments to me and that it was affecting their ability to save for a house. Fitz told me he didn't know what to do because every time he explained it, she accused him of covering for me. I told Fitz to bring Audra to the office on Friday. He asked why. I told